dirty cheaters everywhere. I'm sick of it. I can't play a single game of Among Us without Green having his friend on Discord tell them I'm the imposter. So today, I'm exposing 10 ways to cheat in Among Us. And that way, if Green ever cheats in your lobby, you'll know how he's doing it. But first, anti-cheater tip, number 10. Never trust AFK players. Alright, there's a secret way that people have been cheating in Among Us, and almost no one has realized it yet. If you've been in a lobby with someone who was AFK for a couple rounds and then suddenly knows who the imposter is, it's a little sus. But now we know that these guys are actually cheaters. Apparently, they'll join the lobby on 2 or more devices at the same time, and then they just stay AFK on the device while they play on the other. Of course, once they conveniently get murdered, they know who the imposter is, so they could simply go onto their other account and expose the identity of the murderer. It's pretty hard to prove they're cheating, but hey, now you know that you can never trust them. But now we have to go over a little less subtle way to cheat in Among Us, and that's the no-kill cooldown hack. Of course, there are people out there who don't care if they get caught and just straight up download hacks for Among Us. These are the worst kinds of cheaters, people, but they're also a little less common. Some hackers have a mod that will actually remove their kill cooldown when they're the imposter. So basically, if they just feel like it in a game, they could kill someone and they take out all the witnesses in the room with no cooldown. Or they could probably just kill everyone in the lobby within seconds, assuming the kill range is that long. So basically, you don't want these kinds of hackers in your lobby because they're some of the most chaotic and they don't care about any punishments. But it turns out we're getting actual accounts and a reporting system in the near future because, you know, it's getting out of hand. And while no-kill cooldown hackers are bad, at least you could just get it over with, unlike number 8, Discord cheaters. I think we could all agree that hackers are bad, but they aren't even as close to being as annoying as Discord cheaters. You know what I'm talking about? They're the guys who just sit in a Discord call with their buddies, join up in a public lobby, and then just tell everyone who the imposter is once their friends died. It's always the classic, "My friend on Discord told me" line you see in the chat. That's the one. And that's a pretty common way to cheat in Among Us. You can't even prevent anything like this either. It's pretty hard to add an anti-cheat to the game, which will ban people from talking on Discord or something like that. But hey, it's not all doom and gloom because sometimes your lobby might just kick the Discord cheater from the match. I guess it just kind of depends if you have yourself a good bunch of gamers. Most of the time though, yeah, the imposter, often you, gets voted out because some dude loves to cheat on Discord. And speaking of literally knowing who the imposter is always, coming in at number 7, we have the new cheat engine. So back over to the hackers. While I said a lot of cheaters like to just do their hacks in the open and not care who spots them, these particular hackers are very subtle. There's a famous program that works in a ton of games called Cheat Engine, and people use it to hack or mod games. Of course, Cheat Engine works with Among Us, and people have been using it to actually hack the game and be given the imposter role every single time. It's a super weird cheat, but it actually works in every match. They always get imposter no matter what, but not in the way you think. Instead of getting the official imposter role in the lobby, they could get the crewmate role and then force the game to switch them to the imposter's team. So they're basically just a crewmate who could run around killing people and sabotaging, so honestly, even more dangerous than the actual imposter. But that brings us to something even more devastating with number 6, the Mirador glitch. While some people cheat using hacks or downloading mods, even just using Discord and more, this next one is something that literally anyone can do on their own. And they have been! There's an out-of-the-map glitch that's been on Mirror HQ for months now and still hasn't been patched. It doesn't use any hacks or cheats, but it is a little difficult to do. Basically, people found out that you could head to the door in decontamination and actually push yourself out of the map by standing on top of the door while it closes. If you do it right, you'll pop right through the wall and straight out of the map. It's pretty overpowered because there are even some spots where you could do tasks outside the map. Or maybe you could just watch from afar and maybe even witness a murder. Either way, you have a huge advantage and people do this glitch whenever they can in public lobbies. It still works, so we're just waiting for Innersloth to patch this one, but you gotta hear about number 5, the Among Us Notepad. Alright, so this next way to cheat is pretty split between the community, but I figured I'd add it in anyway. It's called Among Us Notes, and there's a few sites on the internet with the same premise. Basically, it's a tool that's used by people who want to play Among Us professionally, or I guess more like strategically. Or, I mean, I don't know if you have bad memory or something like that. Sum it up, it's a notepad that lets you keep track of everything going on in the lobby. It even gives you a summary of the map you're playing on, showing where every vent leads and what every common and wiring task is available. The site also lets you put people into things like a suspicious or an innocent list, and you can write your own notes if you need to remember something. I gotta admit, it's genuinely the best tool out there for Among Us, and some of the community actually consider this cheating. It does give you a huge advantage, that's for sure, but cheating? Comment section, let me know. Is it cheating or not? I'd love to hear it. Coming in at number 4, we have the Revive Yourself glitch. For those of you who play on your phone, turns out there's actually hackers on that platform too. So over on the Android version of Among Us, people have been downloading a game hacking app called Game Guardian. It's kind of like Cheat Engine, but for mobile, and a lot more complicated. Well, it turns out some cheaters are actually using this hacking app in Among Us. Now, it doesn't just give you a list of mods you can activate. You have to go into the game's data and change things to get what you want. But it hasn't stopped some cheaters from taking advantage. Probably one of the worst hacks with this one is that if you get murdered or voted off, you can just go into the game data and change one thing or two and boom, you're back to life in the game. Yeah, you could literally revive yourself. If that's not completely broken, I don't know what is. But cheaters are lazy people and maybe they don't want to go into a bunch of data and random numbers to break Among Us. And that brings us to number 3, the wall hack bug. A bug that literally anyone can do right now in Among Us is literally just something in the settings. This isn't a glitch that requires a list of steps or even any effort whatsoever. It's probably the easiest way to cheat in Among Us that anyone will ever get. All you have to do is play Among Us as usual, but head into your game settings, go to the resolution option, and change it to the lowest it can go. Then just change it back to your normal mode, and for a few seconds, it could actually let you see through walls. Completely ignores the darkness, and you can see whatever's in the corner of your screen. It's overpowered for seeing through walls, and it's easy to do. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't do this, but I'm just saying it's really, really easy. Now it's time for our second to last cheat with number 2, insta-complete tasks. There are a few life hacks around the Among Us map, especially in places like Polis and Mirror HQ. In some spots, you can simply do tasks through walls that will both save you time and let you sneakily do your tasks without worrying about a camping imposter. There are also ways to just complete your task instantly, like spam clicking the arrow on the upper engine, and that just completes both engines in one go. You could also complete the reactor sabotage on your own by tapping the hand as you close the task menu. It then lets you do the second scanner without needing a second person. And just before we get into our final way to cheat, we have our honorable mention, which is the no voting screen glitch. So there's a weird glitch right now in Among Us, is that if you spam the open and close the submit scan menu at the same time that someone calls a meeting, it breaks the emergency meeting button. Apparently, it also stops you from opening chat and just completely breaks the lobby. It's weird. But anyway, as for our number 1 spot, you've got to check out being invisible as a crewmate. So in one of our previous videos, we mentioned a glitch over in free play mode where if you jumped into a vent at the exact same time that the countdown of a sabotage hit 0, you would become completely invisible. And sure, that's cool, but it was only in free play mode and it's been patched. However, those of you who are excited about this are going to love what was recently found. This glitch has returned in some form and it's in normal modes too. Basically, instead of jumping into a vent when the clock hits 0, this new glitch involves meetings. If a body is reported or a meeting is called at the exact same time that you hop into a vent, you go entirely invisible. Now, it could be patched by now, I'm not 100% sure, but I guess there's only one way to tell. And don't try these glitches or hacks at home because hacking is bad, people. Don't be a green. But that's all we have for you today. Click on screen right now to check out our next video. This has been Tommy, and you're watching T5G.